Okay, I was just going to take pictures of this and send it to you, but I decided not to. I decided the best thing to do would be do a video. They've lifted this jumper with a toroid on it. They've disconnected it from the board. The other major thing when I started looking at the radio is that all of your pins are pushed out of the power connector, so you can't hook power up to the radio. Let's see if I can. Probably have to change that out, because I'm pretty sure that the keepers that hold those pins in have been doubled back, and if I try to bend them back like they ought to be, they'll just break off. Also, that connection right there looks kind of iffy. I'll probably update that with the resistor that's for it right there. These little jumpers here, now that's done by Palomar. They belong in there. But yeah, I'll take a look. The only thing I can figure why they disconnected that is maybe these finals are shorted. But we'll find out. Okay, I've got my tester hooked up to one of the finals. And let me show you what it says. Short circuit on green, blue. So gate and source are shorted to each other on that one. So I'll probably wind up replacing both of them, because usually when one goes, it damages the other one. Okay, I have replaced your finals with the ERF 2030 Plus. Let me show you why those other ones are dead. Right there. 5.357 is about 2 volts too high. This one, 4.18. That's a little high too, but that's why he survived and those other ones didn't. All right, I'm going to take care of that. Okay, something else I want to show you. See that little jumper right there? He went right there. Okay, somebody had lifted this jumper with a toroid on it right there, instead of just taking it off of this. But you can see it's melted. That's what it should look like. Okay, so I got another one. I'm going to put it on there and put this one in the round file. More to come. Okay, I tried these ERF 2030 pluses in there. These work really well in the AT 6666 and strikers, the 955 and 655 strikers, but I'm not getting that much output power in this guy. So I think I'm going to try probably some FQP 13N10s. And don't worry, I'll set the bias up so they don't eat themselves. But I'm very disappointed with the output power, because I'm getting about 40 watts on sideband peak and about 50 watts on AM peak. About 15 watts dead key on AM, and I'm moving to about 30 watts on sideband RMS. About 15 watts dead key and 30 watts on sideband RMS. So this radio should be doing more than that. And like I said, I'm getting 40 watts on sideband peak and 50 watts AM peak. Those numbers should be much further to the right. All right, more to come. Okay, Diana, I got the FQP 13N10s in here, and you have to get the right kind, okay? You have to get the ones that are made by Fairchild, because I have had some FQP 13N10s that act like fuses. As soon as you key the microphone, they pop. All right, here's the difference in the output power. I'm currently on, I think, lower sideband. Yep. And I'm on 38. Okay, meter on the left is RMS. I got a 50 watt slug in it. Meter on the right, I've got a 100 watt slug, and it is the peak meter. Okay, so on the right, we're reading on the bottom scale there where it says 100. And then on the left, we're reading on the center scale there where it says 50. Okay, so that's 40 watts RMS and about 65, 70, somewhere between 65 and 70 watts peak. Okay, that's more like it. All right, next thing I'm going to do is replace this guy here with a Max mod, because you told me, you said repair the radio and do updates. Treat it as if it was your own personal radio. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a Max mod in it. I'm going to do the Lescom upgrades. I'm going to add the second filter, okay, for better receive filtering. And you can see I already put the hot glue on the power connector so that you don't push the pins out of the back of it anymore. All right, more to come. Okay, got the new hole drilled right above the other one, and something I do the factory doesn't, I countersink this hole a little bit because the screw they use is a countersunk type screw. So I'm getting ready to put this guy in there, and we're using a mica insulator. Okay, more to come. Okay, got the heatsink compound on there, got the mica insulator laid in place. I'm getting ready to put the transistor in there. Let me show you, I got heatsink compound on the back of it there. But these Max mods that Palomar came out with are great. I've installed a little over 100 of these in different radios, and they make all the difference in the world about keeping the side of your radio cool. Okay, more to come. Okay, I told you I was going to add the second filter, but actually I'm going to replace both of them. Not replace both of them. I'm going to replace this one and add another one they're tighter than what these are. So it's going to make your bleed over less from other channels. Okay, here it is. I upgraded your voltage regulator buffer filter from a 1000 to a 3300. I upgraded your DC input buffer filter from a 1000 to a 4700. Get it around here where we can see the number. There we go. That's a 4700 there. That's a 3300 right there. Okay, installed a Max mod. Added your second filter and replaced the original filter with one that's tighter. Okay, this guy here, he's working fine. It's mounted good, so I'm not going to mess with it. That's a 1/8 resistor they got there, but it works. So I'm just going to leave it. Of course, I did the hot glue thing on the power connector. We got all of the finals replaced with FQP 13N10. I've set the bias on them, and they should run and run and run and run without any problems. The trick is how you set the bias on these things. But like I was saying before, I've got some FQP 13N10s that as soon as you apply power to them, they go up like a fuse. Let's see, I don't have them handy, or I'd show them to you. But these are good. Okay, I think they're made by Fairchild. I think that's what that F stands for. But they're FQP 13N10s. The only thing, I wish we could have got more power out of the 2030 pluses, because the 2030 pluses can handle more current than what these can. They're tougher transistors, but these should last you forever. unless you transmit into a dead short or transmit without an antenna on there, then of course you're going to have problems. Okay? Sorry about that. Music playing in the background. And let's see, I've done, well, like this right here, okay. Put the hot glue on there to support that capacitor that they installed at Palomar. This is an aftermarket thing. Not an aftermarket, but an after manufacturer thing. Like these little jumpers here. But the new ones, and yeah, by the way, I heard that Magnum is bringing back the Magnum-1. Palomar, RF Limited. They're bringing back the Magnum-1. I didn't get much details out of them, but I assume it's going to be the same radio, only with the upgrades done. Okay, the little fixes that they did here, I think are all going to be taken care of in the new versions. All right. This is an 8800 version 9. So hopefully the newer version will have all of these updates done to it. It'd be nice if they put the Max mod in the new ones. Well, nice for you, not nice for me, because I can't make money putting them in there, but you know, it would help the radio out. Oh yeah, you might want to see the Max mod installed. There it is. Okay, you can see it's quite a bit larger than what the one is that came out of there. Got more heat surface area. Heat sink surface area, so I think you'll be real happy with it. Okay, well, I got the transmit receive frequency split problem fixed. You can see now when I key down, it does not go to channel 9, emergency channel. Not sure why it was doing that. The only thing I can figure is that the connection that was made by that other resistor was touching something that we didn't want it to touch. So what I did, see if I can turn the radio around here where you can see it a little better. I removed that 1/8 watt resistor and I put the 33 k ohm resistor, the little 605 resistor in place of it. I think the only thing I can think is that it was making the connection to more than one run that goes to the CPU at the same time, because every time you go to transmit, like if I was on 38, it would go to channel 9, and I was trying to listen to the audio, and that's when I found it. So I pulled out the 33 k ohm. I did a factory reset on the radio. I tried it on the amateur bands. Everything was great. So I then took this resistor and redid the mod for full coverage, and now everything works just fine. So pretty sure it was due to that resistor touching something we didn't want it to touch. But this seems to be working great now. I'm on AM right now. Hello, audio, 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 audio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Audio test. Hello, audio, audio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Audio 1, 2, 1, 2. Audio. It's staying right on frequency when I ain't talking. Hello, audio, audio 1, 2, 1, 2, audio. Hello, audio, audio 1, 2, 1, 2, audio. And then on FM, it does about 30 watts dead key. Well, FM's pretty much always going to be dead key. Now we're on sideband, and see it's staying on frequency. Audio, hello, hello, audio, audio 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, audio. A little bit over 80 watts on sideband. Hello audio, audio 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1 audio test. Hello audio, audio 1 2. Okay, now let me go down to channel 20, and we'll do. Well, let me put the covers back on it first. Okay, got the covers. I just got them setting on there because I got to do a 24-hour burn-in on this radio. I'm on the 300 microvolt scale. I got it set for 100 microvolts. Got the modulation set at 30%. Should read an S9 on the meter. Okay, there's the S9. That's on lower side band. Let's go to AM. There it is on AM. Let's go to FM and let me switch to FM. Okay. Back to AM. We're still reading an S9. However, sideband, for whatever reason, even though it's on centered, it never reads S9. It always reads about an S5 or S7, unless you play with the clarifier. And I think it's got to do with this thing here being a little bit low. Let me try something. If I do the up 5 kc switch, see there? If I flip that up, then we read an S9. So this thing is a little bit low on frequency, just a touch, but it's enough to throw off upper sideband. But lower sideband and AM, there you go. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go down and hook it up to the test computer. And do the 24-hour burn-in. Now what that computer does is like key the radio and unkey it, key it and unkey it. At different intervals for different times, just to make sure everything's still working correctly. I have to eyeball it, to make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to. But it'll do that for 24 hours, and when I do the final check, if it's still working okay, then we consider that done. Because I will go down and check it after it's been sitting there doing that for 24 hours. Sometimes a lot more, but I think it's done, Diana. I think it's everything's working like it ought to. We got pretty good output power with it. I've got the bias turned down so that the transistors won't eat themselves. And well, let's see. Let me hook it up to an outside antenna and see if we can hear anything. Of course, it's almost 2 in the morning. I doubt we're going to hear something, but let me try. Well, I got a ton of noise, but I can still hear truckers on channel 19. God, look at that noise level. Well, your noise blanker works. It's electrical noise. Probably moisture or dew or something on a transformer around here. said Texas.
Sounding good around the pile. Sounding good around the sand pile. 210. 210 in the sand pile break.
That was a local station. Covered that noise up, didn't he? A bit of skip. It's unusual this time of morning. I hope he doesn't do that. All right, Diana, I think it's ready. Okay, I'll get her all boxed up and shipped out. Sorry it's taken me so long to get to it. I'm really backed up with the repairs, but you got a really good working Mag-1 again, so I'm going to box her up. Diana, thanks for sending your radio in for repair. I appreciate the business. 7-3, everybody.